Hi guys, it's Legionero back with another video. Today is day 12 of our 12 days of DIY Christmas gift ideas. We finally made it to day 12. I hope you enjoyed days 1 through 11, and today we are doing a travel kit, a roll-up travel kit. So I'm going to take my ribbon apart. Alright. So there's one part of the video where I said your ruler is optional. Your ruler is not optional, but your rotary cutter is. Alright. And also you're going to need a chalk roller or a fabric marker. Alright. So let's get started, and I'll tell you about all the other tools you'll need to make your travel kit. Alright, so let's talk about what you're going to need for this project. You're going to need 2 fat quarters. These are fat quarters that I got in a pack from Walmart. You're going to need a yard of ribbon. You're going to need your scissors, some pins, some fusible fleece, coordinating thread, and a ruler and rotary cutter is optional. Right? You're also going to need to take the measurements of the travel items that you are going to put in your travel case, because you need to know how to space out each section in your travel case. I'm just going to do 2 inches, and we'll talk more about that when we get to that part of the video, but I'm just going to do 2 inches for mine. So that'll be the width of my slots that I'm going to put in this travel case. Alright, so this is what I call my laziest project. Alright, so it's minimal cutting besides your fusible fleece and your 2 main pieces. So for the fat quarter, that is my main piece, what I'm doing, this is the whole fat quarter. I pressed it, gave it a good press, and then I folded it in half and I pressed it so that I would have this crease here in the middle. And when you fold, if you want to use the same measurements as me, which is basically no measurements, you're going to fold your fat quarter in half. Now this is the selvage edge of my fat quarter. It's closest to me. So I'm just taking my selvage edge and I'm folding it to the top to fold this fat quarter in half. Alright, that way I don't have to measure out any pieces or anything like that. I'm just using the entire fat quarter. This is going to be the main fabric. This is what you'll see as the backing and also on the outside of your travel case. So once I folded it in half and I got my little crease here from the iron, now I can take the ruler and the rotary cutter and I can cut it, or you can use your scissors. I'm just going to use my scissors and try my best to keep it as straight as I can. But if you prefer a rotary cutter and a ruler, you can use that. That's why I said it's optional. Alright, so this is one part of the cutting you're going to do, and the next part of the cutting you're going to do, you're going to take these 2 pieces here and you're going to use them as a guide to cut out your 2 fusible fleece pieces. Once you have your 2 fusible fleece pieces cut, go ahead and fuse that to your 2 main pieces. Alright, and of course, when you get ready to fuse your interfacing, you have the wrong side of your fabric facing up. The fusible fleece has a smooth side and a bumpy side. The bumpy side is facing the wrong side of your fabric. You take it to the ironing board and you just press until your fusible fleece can't be peeled up anymore. That's how you know that is fused properly. All right. So now, let me show you what we're doing with the other fat quarter, which will be the pockets. So you have your other fat quarter, right? This is what we're going to use as our pocket on the front. So again, you fold it, the selvage edge is closest to me, fold it in half, press it, and then fold it in half again and press it. This way you don't have to use any interfacing because it's thick and sturdy enough because there's so many layers. That way you don't have to interface your second fat quarter. All right, so like I said, this is my lazy project. All right, quick and easy but lazy. All right, once you have your fusible fleece fused to both of your pieces, go ahead and set one aside and grab your pocket piece. All right. So remember, you folded this in half twice, right? This is your other fat quarter. So take the two folded edges and you're going to line them up here at the bottom, right? Because you want just the one edge here and the two folded edges here, all right? So that gets sandwiched in between once we finish. So go ahead and place some pins. What you want to do, you want to go ahead and take this to the sewing machine and you want to baste this together, all right? You want to go ahead and baste that together. That way it won't move. All right, so base both sides, down both sides. And if you want to, you can also base across the bottom. It's up to you. So now that you have that basted together, now we're going to take our ruler and we're going to start to make our marks. So like I said, depending on the size of the items that you're putting in your travel case, that's going to be the size of your slots. All right, so I'm going to make mine 2 inches. All right, so each one of my slots will be 2 inches. But what I want to do, after I mark all of my slots 2 inches wide, my 2 on the end are going to be 1.5 inches because we're sewing around a 1/2 inch seam allowance. All right, so all of the middle slots will be a full 2 inches and my 2 end slots will be 1.5 inches. So keep that in mind when you sew that together. So I'm going to go ahead and start to just make my marks. This actually will be easier for me if I do it this way. So grab your marking pen or your chalk roller. This mat is very, very handy to me because it helps me to line up everything nice and neat. So if you have a mat, definitely utilize your mat. All right. So I'm just marking my 2 inches all the way down. And again, this is up to you. If you want to make 1 inch slots, it just depends on what you're putting in the slots. If you're using it for maybe makeup. I don't wear makeup, so I don't know what the sizes are for makeup things. I wear lipstick, that's about it. So if you were putting lipstick and stuff like that in there, you may want to make 1 inch slots. Once you have all your slots marked, go ahead and take it to the sewing machine and you're going to sew down each one of the lines you made with your chalk roller or your marking pen, right? So you can start from the bottom or you can start from the top. It's up to you. I may start at the bottom because if I start at the top, it might pucker a little bit right here. So if you're not worried about puckering, start here at the top. But I'm going to start from the bottom and sew up of each one of my lines. All right, now that you have your slots all sewn together, all right, remember I did mine 2 inches. Now you're going to grab your ribbon and your other main piece And you're going to place them with right side spacing. I'm going to go ahead and pin the bottom. All right, and then take your ribbon and fold it in half. Fold it in half, and it doesn't matter which side you put it in on, but you're going to place it on the inside between the two pieces. All right, so your pieces are right side spacing. Go ahead and just place your ribbon on the inside. Kind of fold it a little bit or roll it a little bit, because you don't want it in your seam allowance when you're trying to sew around, right? If you want to, what I'm going to do, just rolling mine a little bit. I'm going to tuck it in one of my slots. All right, not all the way down, of course, because you don't want to sew it when you're sewing around. So I'm just going to tuck it in a little bit in one of my slots. All right, so I'm putting it about about 3 inches down. All right, and I'm going to take my piece and fold it back up. I'm just going to place a pin right there just to hold it in place. Right? And it's up to you which side you want to put it in. I'm just putting it in on this side. Right, you're going to pin all the way around, and you're going to leave an opening, about a 5-inch opening in the top. All right, you know it's the top because your slots are open here. Right, so pin all the way around and leave about a 5-inch opening in the top. Once you are done pinning, you're going to take it to the sewing machine and you're going to sew around, making sure you leave your opening in the top. All right, and also make sure that your ribbon doesn't get caught in your sewing. All right, once you have sewn around and left your opening, go ahead and clip your corners and trim your edges. I always leave a little seam allowance where my opening is, because I'll use that when I get ready to sew up my opening. Alright, so you're going to take it and turn it to the right side using the opening that you left. Make sure you poke out all of your corners. Right, once you have it turned to the right side, go ahead, take it to your ironing board, straighten out everything all nice and neat. Alright. Take it to your ironing board, give it a good press. Make sure to press in that seam allowance that you left for your opening. And then you're going to take it to your sewing machine and you're going to top stitch all the way around, making sure to close this opening that you left. Alright, once you have top stitched all the way around, you're all done. Your travel kit is done. You have your ribbon here on the outside, so you can just roll it up. Right, I have one side of my ribbon going one way and one side going the other way. I'm just going to kind of wrap it around. You do this however you want to. And you probably need to be a lot more, be neater than I am being right now. Right, and you can roll it up and it's nice and neat. And now that I've done this, you may want to, and it's up to you, I think I would like my ribbon more in the middle, so if I make another one of these, I may put the ribbon here so it's more in the middle instead of more at the top. So, but it's up to you. You can go ahead and add whatever you're going to add to your travel kit. Now I know if I'm carrying things that are wider than 2 inches, of course you make your slots wider than 2 inches. But other than that, you're all done. Well, that's it guys. You have a quick and easy travel kit that you can roll up. Alright. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you enjoyed the last 12 days of me showing you how to make some quick and easy DIY gifts for your friends and family. If you like this video, click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and also hit the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I post a new video. Thank you so much for staying with me throughout these 12 days, and I'll see you in my next video.